Hello and welcome to Maths by Saz. This is my second lesson of D1 chapter number 9, exercise 9b. In this class, students will be learning and discussing the concept of rate. Before going to the class, it's really important to understand the difference between ratio and rate. As we all know that ratio is the comparison of two quantities of the same kind, whereas the rate is the comparison of two or more quantities of different kind. In this class, students, we will be learning and discussing question number 2, basic level. First, it's important to read and understand important terms of the question. As the questions are long, so I will be reading the question from the book. Let me keep my book under the camera so that I can read the question from the book and my students can see important terms of the question. Question says, Ethan can blow 15 balloons in 20 minutes, 15 balloons in 20 minutes. Janvi can blow 18 balloons in 25 minutes and Vishal can blow 16 balloons in 21 minutes. Assuming that all balloons are blown at the same size, who can blow balloons at the fastest rate? Okay, we have to find that who can blow the balloons at the fastest rate. In this question, we are given with 3 people and they are blowing the balloons, and the first person, that is Ethan, he is blowing 15 balloons in 20 minutes and Janvi is blowing 18 balloons in 25 minutes and Vishal is blowing 16 balloons in 21 minutes. We have to decide that who is blowing the balloons at the fastest rate. In order to understand this question, we have to understand that who is taking less time, to blow one balloon. If this idea is clear, then we can understand this question easily. Obviously, if a person will be taking less time in blowing one balloon, in the same time he can blow more balloons than the other people. You often have observed these things in different games shows. Okay, so let's try to solve this question. The first person is Ethan, and Ethan is total balloons blown by Ethan, total balloons by Ethan. Let me write Ethan here. Ethan total balloons blown are equals to 15, and how much time he is taking? Time taken by Ethan equals to how much time? That is 20 minutes. And now what we have to do is that we have to find that in 1 minute or for one balloon how much time he is taking. For one balloon how much time he is taking. For 15 balloons, time is 20 minutes. 20 minutes for one balloon. Time is 20 by 15. Here the problem is that some of the students find it really difficult to go for the simplification without calculators. So, my focus will be on the simplification of the values and calculations without calculators. Table of 5 is suitable. 5 3s are and 5 4s are. 4 by 3, and when I am dividing 4 by 3, you can see 3 ones are, and now I can put the decimal here, 3 threes are 9, and every time I am getting the remainder 1. So, 3 threes are 9. So, it will be 1.3, but repeatedly. Okay. So, let me underline this answer. So, it means that Ethan is taking 1.3 minutes to blow one balloon, 1.3 minutes. Okay. And now the second person, who is the second person? Janvi. Janvi can blow 18 balloons in 25 minutes. Janvi. Okay, total balloons by Janvi. And how many total balloons he is blowing? 18 balloons. 18 balloons. And how much total time he is taking? 25 minutes. Total time taken. Is 25 minutes. These are balloons. Okay, now we can see that for 18 balloons he is taking how much time? For 18 balloons 25 minutes. For 18 balloons time is 25 minutes. For one balloon time will be, what will be the time, students? 25 by 18. Now again I have to divide 25 by 18. So what I will be doing, that 25 divided by 18, 18 twos are is 36. I cannot go for 2 times, 18 ones are, and 15 minus 8 is 7, and 2 minus 1 is, here I was left with 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Now I can put the decimal, and then 18 threes are 54, and 18 4 times is, I hope 18 times 4, 18 multiplied by 4 is 72, 8 4s are 32, 4 yes, that is big. So 18 3 times is 54 and 6, and then 18 threes are 54. I am left with 10 minus 4 is 6, and 7 1. So when I am dividing 25 by 18, I can have 1.388, 1.388, 388, and now this 8 is repeatedly coming. So 1.38 and minutes. This is the time to blow one balloon by Janvi. And now we have the third person as well, and who is he? He is, I think, Vishal. And what Vishal is doing, that he is blowing 16 balloons in 21 minutes. 16 balloons in 21 minutes. Total balloons by Vishal which is 16 balloons. 16 balloons, and the time taken by Vishal will be, which is given in the question, is 21 minutes. And now what we have to do, students, that we have to find time for one balloon. For one balloon, time will be equal to 21. This is 21 by 16, and when I am dividing 21 by 16, what is the answer that we are getting? Divided by 16, and this gives me 1.3125. 1.3125. Now we have, let me underline all 3 times, minutes, and now this is the Vishal's time. Let me block this, let me highlight this so that my students can see this clearly. 1.3125, and the Janvi is taking 1.38 minutes, 1.38 minutes, and this is 1.3 minutes. And the question was that who is blowing the balloons at the fastest rate? Who can blow the balloons at the fastest rate? Like who is taking lesser time to blow the balloons? So if we compare the times, we can see that Vishal is taking less time than the other 2 people. So Vishal can blow balloon at fastest rate. Okay students, I hope you are really clear that how we are deciding that who can do the job at the fastest rate. Moving to the next question, and the next question says that let me read the question from the book. Question number 3. Let me keep book under the camera so that my students can see the information carefully. For each ornament that the worker makes, he is paid $1.15. He makes 4 ornaments every 15 minutes. 4 ornaments every 15 minutes. Find the amount earned by the worker if he works for 3 hours. Okay, there are 2-3 informations that we need to understand, that a worker is making some ornaments, some objects, and he is given $1.15 for every ornament, and he is making 4 ornaments in 15 minutes. In every 15 minutes he is making 4 ornaments, and we have to find the amount that he can earn if he is working for 3 hours. Let's try to understand the question through some diagram, and let me write the data in the beginning, that the amount earned for one ornament earned for one ornament equals to $1.15. Very easy question, very interesting question, and I will try to apply CPA approach, concrete, pictorial, and abstract, because one of the most important questions of your O-level examination. Okay, and we are given with in 15 minutes, ornament made in 15 minutes, ornaments in 15 minutes, or number of ornaments in 15 minutes are 4. First we need to understand that total time which is given to us, total time, what is the total time given, which is 3 hours. First of all, we need to understand that in 1 hour how many ornaments he is making. So let's try to understand the question through some diagram. Let me make some clock face in order to give the idea to my students that in 1 hour. Okay, let me make some clock face here. Okay, let me fix the compass. Yes. Okay, now see that in every 15 minutes he is making 4 ornaments, like this is 12, this is 3, this is 6, and this is 9. Okay, look, these are 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes, and how many ornaments, how many objects he is making? 4 ornaments. 4 ornaments. Again, this is again 15 minutes from 3 to 6. This is 15 minutes, and how many ornaments? 4 ornaments. And then this is again 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and how many ornaments? 4 ornaments. And this is again 15 minutes, and how many ornaments? 4 ornaments. Okay, now you can see, students, that in 1 hour he is making 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 16 ornaments. Okay, if in 1 hour he is making the 16 ornaments, and in the second hour, suppose I am making the bar for the second hour, and I am dividing that bar into, students, how many equal parts? 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is the second hour, and this is third hour. I am making this pictorial representation because some of the students may find this question difficult, so they can visualize the question from here and they can understand the question. Third hour. Now 15 minutes, 15 minutes, this is again 15 minutes, this is again 15 minutes, and this is again 15 minutes. 4 and 4 ornaments, 4 ornaments. This is third hour, again 15 minutes gap, 15 minutes, 15 and 15 and 15, and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 ornaments. Okay, so in the first hour, he has made 16, again 16. Okay, 16 plus 16 and plus 16, how many total ornaments? 48 ornaments. 48 ornaments in 3 hours. Okay, or what we can do is that we can find that how many total minutes are there. Total time in minutes, time equals to 3 multiplied by 60, which is equal to 180 minutes. This is the total time, and now we have to find that in 1 minute, that in total of 180 minutes, how many total ornaments he can make. Total ornaments he can make. So for that purpose, what we are going to do is we will be dividing this total time by 15 minutes. Okay, so the total ornaments will be equal to, total ornaments will be equal to 180 total time divided by the time taken to make 4 ornaments, which is 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay, and then what we have to do is that we have to multiply this fraction by 4 as well. And why we are multiplying this? This 180 by 15 will be telling us that how many 15 minutes intervals do we have in 180 minutes. Okay, I hope, students, you are really clear that why we are dividing 180 by 15 in order to find that how many 15 minutes intervals are there in total of 180 minutes. And if I am going for the table of 3 or 5 as well is suitable. 5 3s are 15, 5 3s are 15, and I am left with what? 6. Okay, 5 3s are 15, and I am left with 3 here, and 3 will be joined with 0. It will become 30, and 5 6s are 36, and again 3 1s are, and 3 12s are. So 12 multiplied by 4 ornaments, which is equal to 48 ornaments. Okay, students, you can see that I am doing the calculation for you as well, that how you can convert these hours into minutes by multiplying them by 60. This is the total time given to us, and we know that he makes 4 ornaments in every 15 minutes. So, we first have to find that in 180 minutes how many 15 minutes interval are there. There are 12 15 minutes interval, and that you can observe from this diagram as well, that in 3 hours 4 15 minutes interval in 1 hour, 4 15 minutes interval in the second hour, and 4 15 minutes interval in the third hour. So, in 3 hours he can make total of 48 ornaments, and now is the problem to find that how much he can earn for making 48 ornaments. So, total amount earned will be equal to the cost of one ornament, or the payment for one ornament multiplied by the number of ornaments, that is $1.15. 1.15 multiplied by 48. Now, this is also one of the major problem of my students, that they find the calculation without calculator really difficult. So, here on the side of the page I will be helping you in finding the product as well, and I will be teaching you that how you can find this decimal multiplication without calculator. For some time forget about this decimal and keep it in your mind, and count the number of decimal places in the question, which are 2, and apply CIP rule: count, ignore and place. Count, ignore and place. In this lesson, student, you can see that I am applying CP approach and CIP as well, that I have counted the number of decimal places in the question, I am ignoring, and then I will be placing it back. Okay. If you find any difficulty in finding the decimal multiplication, I will be giving the link of the lesson in the description box. Please watch that lesson carefully to understand such situations. So, now I will be performing the calculation over here. 115 times 48. Tables have to be really strong. 8 5s are 40, 0. 8 1s are 8. 8 1s are 8 and 4 12. And then 8 1s are 8 and 1 9. And then this is 5 4s are 20. 4 1s are 4 and 4 1s are 4 and 2 6, and then this is again 4. This is 0 2 9 and 1 10 and 5 15, and this is 4 plus 1 5, and then I have multiplied the numbers, but the question contains the decimal as well, and the decimal in the question is placed after 2 digits. So, I have to leave 2 digits here, and my total amount will be coming $55.20. Okay, students, I hope you are really clear about this question, and for better understanding of your O-level papers, you must have to watch and understand these all questions carefully. Moving to the next question. Question number 4 says, let me read the question from the book. Let me keep my book under the camera. Question 4 says that Michael has to pay $39 for 615 minutes of the outgoing call made using his handphone. Okay, we are given with the total amount, which is $39 for the time is 650 minutes. The first requirement of the question is the amount he is charged for each minute of the outgoing call, and the second is the amount he has to pay if he makes 460 minutes of the outgoing call. So, there are 2 requirements of the question. We will be discussing each part one by one, and let us read and underline important terms of the question once again. That Michael has to pay total of how much amount? $39 for how much time? For 650 minutes. And in the first part, we have to find the amount charged for each minute of the outgoing call. we have to find the amount per minute of the call. So what we are going to do is that we have to think that for 650 minutes he has to pay total of $39. For 650 minutes, for 1 minute, how much amount he has to pay. So I feel this is really easy part. So the total amount which is given in the question is total amount equals to $39 and total time is 650 minutes. Now students, what is the requirement of the question? The amount he has to pay for each minute of the call. So it means that for 650 minutes, for 650 minutes, total amount paid is total amount equals to $39 for 1 minute. Amount paid equals to 39 divided by 650. Keeping in mind that these 39 are dollars. Now it's the time to go for calculation, and I'll try to go without calculator. Table of 13 threes are, and 13 how many times? 13 fives are, which is equal to 3 by 50. 3 by 50, and this is the amount, but we'll talk about that later. Now what I have to do, I have to divide 3 by 50. Okay, look students, now this 3 is smaller than 50. Okay, so what we can do is that we can put decimal here, and then I can increase the 0, but even now 30 is less than 50, so I can increase 1 0 and 1 0 over here, and 5 6 times is 30, so 50 times 6 is 300. So this remainder will be 0. So the cost or the amount paid for 1 minute will be equal to $0.06. I hope students you are really clear that how we are finding the amount or the bill paid for 1 minute. This is really important question, and very much applicable in your everyday life as well. And the second part of the question is the amount he has to pay if he makes 460 minutes of the outgoing call. Okay, what is the requirement of the question? The amount he has to pay, or the total bill that he has to pay if he is making for a call which is 460 minutes long. Okay, very easy question. If we look at the previous part, we can see that we are getting the amount which he has to pay for 1 minute. Amount for 1 minute is $0.06. So amount for 460 minutes will be 0.06 multiplied by 460, simple unitary method. So for 1 minute, amount paid for 1 minute will be equal to paid for 1 minute, equals to $0.06, which is we are getting in the previous part, and the total time equals to 460 minutes. Now look students, we have total time with us, duration of call with us, and the amount paid for 1 minute with us, and we have to find the total amount for this. So total amount will be equal to total amount, we are given with the rate as well. Total amount 460 multiplied by 0.06. Now is the problem for the calculation, and we will try to go for the calculation without calculator, which is also one of the problem of my students. So recall that what to do with the decimal numbers, remove the decimal, and now these zeros are meaningless. Class, you have to watch and observe my lessons carefully, because during the lessons I am not just giving you the concept of the lessons, but the tips and tricks how to solve your question without calculator. Suppose this 0 goes with this, and we are left with 46 times 6 by 10, and 2 5s are and 2 3s are. 46 multiplied by 3, 46 multiplied by 3 by 5, and now I have to think about that. 46 times 3 is 6 3s are 18, and 4 3s are 12, and 1 13. Okay, let me keep the page under the camera, and this will give me 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 3 is 12, and 1 13 by 5, 138 divided by 5, 5 2s are 10, and I have to bring 3 down, 38, 5 7s are 35, and I have to bring 3 down, and then I have to put the decimal here and 0, and 5 6 are 30. So the total amount is coming $27.6. So he has to pay. So let me write over here, he has to pay what, $27.60 for the total length of the call, which is 460 minutes long. I hope students you are really clear that how we are finding the value of 1 unit and how we are finding the total amount that you have to pay for the certain amount of time. These are really important questions, not important only for your O-level examination, but for everyday life as well. So please watch and understand these all questions properly, and let's move to question number 5. And let me first read the question from the book. Question 5 says that a car requires 22 liters. A car requires 22 liters of the petrol to travel a distance of 259.6 kilometers. For 22 liters, the car can cover 259.6 kilometers, or in the other way, what we can say that for 259.6 kilometers, the car will be needing 22 liters. In the first part, the distance that the car can travel with 63 liters, and the second part says the amount that the car owner has to pay to travel the distance of 2013 kilometers if a liter of the petrol costs $1.99. So there are two parts of the question. We'll be talking about each part one by one, and let me remove the book from here. Questions, let's try to understand the question once again. That a car uses 22 liters of the petrol to travel a distance of 259.6 kilometers. We have to find the distance. What do we need to find? Distance that it can cover in how much petrol in 63 liters. So students, what we are going to do is that we have to find that with 1 liter how much distance is covered. With 1 liter how much distance is covered, and then we'll be applying unitary method to find that how much distance will be covered by 63 liters. Okay, let me make the use of CPA. Okay, let me make some diagram here so that my students can understand the concept easily. This is 259.6 kilometers. This is the distance, and in order to cover this distance, the car requires 22 liters. And what do we need? We need that how much distance will be covered in 63 liters. So it's really important that we should have the value that in 1 liter how much distance is covered. So what we are going to do is that total distance is 259.6 kilometers, and the petrol use consumed or used, you have to learn the alternative statements as well, 22 liters. Okay, now what we have to do is that we have to find that how much distance we are covering with 1 liter. Okay, for 22 liters, distance is 259.6 kilometers. For 1 liter, distance will be equal to 259.6 divided by 22, as this is a complex calculation, so we can use calculator. And students, such type of questions with such bigger calculation will be coming in paper 2. 259.6 divided by 22, and this gives me 11.8. 11.8 kilometer is the distance that the car can cover with 1 liter. 11.8 is the distance that car can cover in 1 liter. And now what is the requirement of the question? Requirement of the question is that if you have 63 liters of the petrol in your car tank, how much distance you can cover? So for 63 liters, distance covered is, here we have the rate with us, 11.8 multiplied by 63. So 11.8 multiplied by 63, this gives me 743.4 and kilometers. So I hope students you are really clear that how we are finding that if we have the total petrol for 259.6 kilometers, 22 liters, how we are finding that how much distance is covered in 1 liter and how much distance will be covered in 63 liters. Okay, now the second part of the question, underline this answer. I am really going slow so that my students can understand these all questions properly, because these questions are one of the problem for some of my students. And the second part says the amount that the car owner has to pay to travel a distance of 13.2 kilometers if a liter of the petrol costs $1.19. Okay, now try to understand the question, that what is the requirement of the question. Requirement of the question is that how much total amount the car owner has to pay if he is traveling 13 kilometers and he is filling the tank of the car with the rate 1.99 per liter. So in order to find the total cost, we should know that in order to cover 13.2 kilometers, how much petrol we need to fill in our car tank. So what we are going to do is that the total distance traveled is, now here the distance that we need to cover, total distance that we need to cover, distance that we need to cover, we need to cover is 13.2 and kilometers, and the cost per liter of the petrol, cost per liter, cost of 1 liter of petrol equals to $1.19. 3.99, and we have to find the total amount that the car owner has to pay. Total amount he has to pay, total amount that we do not know. So in order to understand this, we need to understand that for 2013 kilometers, how many liters of the petrol we are consuming. And for that purpose, let me take the help from the diagram. Let me make some picture here, that this is the total distance, and what is the total distance? That is 13.2 kilometers. And now first of all, we need to understand that how much petrol we are consuming, or how many liters of the petrol do we need to cover 13.2 kilometers. So if I am covering 11.8 kilometers, I need 1 liter of the petrol. So what we are going to do is that number of liters of petrol will be equal to total distance traveled 2013 by the rate 2013.2 divided by 11.8. So total distance divided by distance traveled in 1 liter. Let me divide this number, 2013.2 divided by 11.8, and this gives me 170.61 and liters. So it means that in order to cover this total distance of 2013.2, we need 170.61 liters. So total amount paid will be equal to $1.99, which is the rate for 1 liter of the petrol, multiplied by 170.61. 1.99 multiplied by 170.61, and this gives me, let me see, 339.51 and dollars. So the total amount paid is equals to $339.51. I hope you are really clear about today's class. For next difficulty level, please catch me in the next class. Watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel, and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.